My name is Anthony Wade. I'm a physician assistant and the founder of the Living Over Pain movement. Now I say today is the first day of the rest of your life because today is the day that you stop letting your pain rule your life and you finally take charge of your life and your health and your well-being, and you start living your life to the fullest. Now, again, I do these videos because a lot of times my patients come to me in the office and they ask me a bunch of questions about what can they do to decrease their pain, to better their living, to just basically live and cope with their pain. And one of the biggest questions, or one of the biggest situations that always come up is, Anthony, I had a slip and fall and I fell down and hurt myself over the weekend or something. You know, this always comes up, a whole bunch of different reasons. I've heard them all. My leg just gave out on me. You know, all of a sudden I was walking, one minute I was up, next minute, bam, I'm on the floor. I don't know what happened. Or the rug, you know, tripped me up. Or, you know, I was going down my porch, down the flight of steps, and bam, I slipped and fell. Or one of my favorites is the dog tripped me up. You know, the dog's been responsible for everything from eating the homework to slip and falls. But, you know, I joke about it a little bit, but this can be very serious. A lot of times, you know, I get patients in this practice that have slipped and fell at work, or slipped at the supermarket or something, out of the store. And, you know, you can get really hurt, especially when you have something like a water that you slipped in, some type of fluid or liquid. And, you know, your legs go from under you, and next thing you know, you're on the ground, sore, in a lot of pain. And that's the main thing that happens is, of course, you know, people have problems with, number one, pain. Of course, you know, you re-injure yourself. Your back was doing fine, your condition was doing fine. All of a sudden, bam, you fall and you're in a lot more pain. And one of the reasons you're in a lot more pain is because of inflammation. That's what's going on inside your body. Sometimes you don't even see it on the outside. It might not be any swelling on the inside, but on the on the outside, but on the inside there's inflammation going on, pressing up against nerves and, you know, crowding this space in that area, making it tight. And that can cause more pain itself. But also, when you're in pain, you get this tension that builds up, and that tension is from your muscles basically squeezing together, trying not to let you move, because it wants you to stay still, because every time you move you're in more pain. So you have all this from pain, inflammation, to tension, your muscles tensing up, all of that to try and hold you still. And actually it causes more pain. It's there to help, but it actually causes you more pain. So there's some misconceptions that go along with this. And one of the main things, again, there's misconceptions. One of the main things is people think because you just have a slip and fall, you hit the ground, you're in a lot of pain, that you should not move. You know, they think just stay still, take it easy, you know, sit down for a while, you know, just sit there. And basically what happens with that, let me give you an example. Have you ever been on a long road trip before? You know, in a car, sitting down, same position, long road trip. What happens when you get out? What's the first thing that you have to do? You got to stretch. And there's pain involved in that because you've been sitting in the same spot for, you know, however period of time, and now your muscles have gotten stiff. So, that's what happens when, even though you've been in an injury and you had a slip or a fall and you hurt yourself, and you try or you think that if you just lie still and sit in that same position that you're going to make things better, you're actually making things worse because your muscles are not being engaged and they're sitting there all tensed up, and you're sitting there not moving, and eventually when you start to move, you're going to have more pain on top of the pain that you already have. So let's go back over some of the problems that you're going to have. Number one, again, is swelling. You're going to have a lot of swelling, whether it's on the outside that you can see or on the inside where you can't see. You're going to have some swelling, and that's going to cause even more stiffness. Number two, you're going to have a lack of blood flow. Because of all the swelling and the inactivity, especially if you're sitting still and not moving, there's not going to be enough movement of blood, no juices flowing, because you're basically sitting still and your heart rate is still low. You're not getting the right nutrients that needs to start the healing process, all those healing factors that come along with it. And this is actually going to help increase the swelling when you're sitting still and not moving. So basically you get a lack of blood flow to that area, to and from, causing more pain and more swelling, and no healing factors or nutrients getting there. The last thing, again, is fatigue. Basically, when you're sitting still and you're not moving, you get more pain, more stiffness. That pain and stiffness just lead to more pain again, and your body basically gets tired from all that tension and holding on, staying still. You get this malaise feeling, like you don't want to get up, you don't want to move, and that's because your body is getting fatigued from all that tension and holding still. So basically, what do you do about all that? Number one of the first things that you can do, and if you've ever had a slip and fall as a kid, oops, spelled that wrong. One of the best things that you can do is, number one, walk it out. If you ever see those home videos where the kids fall down and crash after they try to jump some big jump on their bike, first thing they do is get up and try to walk it out. When you do that, you're engaging your muscle, you're stopping that initial tense up that you get. You're helping some blood flow and circulate into the area. So the best you can do, if you can, is get up and try to move and walk it out. If not, things are going to swell up more, they're going to stiffen up more. So the first thing, try to walk it out. And again, this is not in any particular order, but try to walk it out if you've had a serious slip and fall. The next thing, and that's if you can get up. The next thing that you can do, and again, this is in no particular order, is try to put some ice on it. What ice does is it slows down the circulation, it slows down, it freezes everything basically. So try and put some ice on it, and that's going to help with some of the swelling that is probably going on the inside. Ice slows everything down. It also numbs the pain, so it's going to help in two areas. It's going to help with the swelling, and it's going to help with the pain. Finally, once the initial, you've walked it out some, you put some ice on it, and you may still be in pain. Again, the best thing is not to sit still for long periods of time, but let me use a different color here. The next thing to do is try and stretch. That's basically just get some blood circulating in there. Stretch out that area. Initially I know it's going to be painful. You're going to be in pain, but try and move that area before it stays all tensed up and locked up. Keep doing different stretches. Also, some rotation can help out. Just stay warm and loose and relaxed, so things won't get all tensed up. Have you ever been, or if you've ever played sports when you were younger, or even now, or if imagine the NBL players or NFL players, if they ever got injured, they wouldn't just send them home, say, take a couple of games off and we'll see you back, next season or something like that. They're in the gym, they're working out, they're doing all kinds of stretching and exercises, going through physical therapy. You got to basically do the same thing. If you just had a slip and fall, you wouldn't just sit at home and do nothing, expect everything to just heal on its own. You have to do some type of rehab for yourself, and part of that is all those things I just talked about: the stretching, the ice, walking out, basically getting some light exercise. All that you have to do. After it's been a couple of days, initially you want to put some ice on it, but after a couple of days, what you want to do is use some heat. Heat actually gets things moving again. If you have basically some swelling there, whether you can really see it or not, things are kind of tight and tensed up, you probably have some swelling on the inside, and you need to get some of that circulation going. Again, moving and stretching is going to help squeeze some of that swelling out of that area. But what also helps is heat. After you've initially done the ice, the next step after a couple of days is to put some heat on it. Heat gets things moving, get things circulating. Also, taking a hot shower, a hot bath, or getting the sauna or something, or a hot tub would be even better, because that has some more circulation of the hot water and the heat. The next thing that you can do is try some over-the-counter medications like NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medications. This is your ibuprofen or Aleve. Those medications can help out with some of the inflammation that's probably going on the inside, and can also help out with the pain. Finally, your primary care provider can provide you with some muscle relaxants, which is going to help all that tension and all the the tightness that you feel from the tension from the pain. Is going to help relax your muscles basically, and it's going to help with some of the pain that comes from all the tension. Also, they can give you what they call a steroid pack. That's basically some steroids that will help decrease some of that inflammation and also some of that pain. So that's a good thing to do. Go see your provider, especially if the slip and fall is bad enough, or it's not getting any better with some of the conservative stuff that I just went over. Finally, some other things that you can do is definitely get out there and start to do some light exercise. Now, I don't mean get out there and start running and run a marathon or get some heavy weights and start pumping weights, but you need to get up and move and start doing some light exercise. This is going to help rebuild the muscles, the tendons and ligaments and joints that probably got injured. It's going to try and re-strengthen them. And again, this is light weights. It helps with flexibility. It helps strengthen those ligaments, those tendons and joints. So do a little bit of exercise. That's going to help you to regain some of that strength and it's going to help move some of the swelling and get the inflammation down. The next thing, well, actually added to the exercise, there's different exercises that you can do that can really help you out. And this is going to help a lot with prevention. Again, that's what we're on, talking about prevention, and that's yoga and Tai Chi. Yoga and Tai Chi are those slow movement exercises and stretching that's going to help with balance that a lot of us seem to lose as we collect more and more birthdays, which happens. But it doesn't matter at what age you are. Balance is always good, and flexibility is also good. So the exercise, yoga, and Tai Chi is going to help with all that. Another thing you can do, because of the slip and fall, what you need to try and do is safeguard your house. Those rugs that are there, you might have to take them up, or at least Velcro them down so they're not kicking up on the ends. You could also maybe you need to add more rails in your house, in the bathroom area. You just gotta basically look around and look and see what could I possibly slip and fall on. Watch out for those pets because they tend to get in the way. I know it's a little hard to safeguard against your pets, but just be cognizant, I hope that's a word, of your dogs and how they can get in the way, and just watch out for them. Basically, try and safeguard your house as much as possible. Add rails, watch for pets, tag down those rugs, or completely remove them. The last and final thing in prevention of all this, and I know a lot of people don't want to do this one, but you might have to get a walking cane. Now, they help out basically. If you have an injury or if you're prone to falls, go ahead and get you something to help support yourself. If you don't want the silver one that everybody gets, get one of those, those sticks that are carved up, but get something that's going to help you to balance yourself, and it's going to help you to get around. The alternative is much better than slipping and falling and hurting yourself. So that's it. Again, for prevention is exercise, yoga, Tai Chi. Also, you want to safeguard your house. Make sure that it's safe for you. You're not slipping on or tripping over rugs or tripping over pets. And get a walking cane as possible. But for all those people that have slip and falls, these are the different things that you can do. Hopefully, this won't be you. Make sure you're getting out and you're moving, you're exercising, you're doing those things to prevent it. If it happens to you, walk it out, put some ice on it, do some stretches. Go to your provider. Definitely try and see if they can give you some muscle relaxants or steroid pack. You can take over-the-counter medications while you're at home, some NSAIDs that'll help out. But the last thing you want to do is sit still and not move, because that's going to cause more tension, which is going to lead to more pain on top of the pain that you already have. Listen, I hope that this has helped you out in some way. My goal is always to serve you and to give you some type of tip that's going to make your life better, help you to live your life to the fullest and not be trapped at home because of your pain. If you want to learn more about how to deal with coping with medications and coping with pain on a day-to-day basis, how to get your family members to help you out and understand what you're going through. If you just want to learn more about the medications you're taking and how not to get addicted to those narcotics that you may be on, then you can always go deeper with me by going below this site, putting in your information, or clicking the link rather. It's going to send you to my website. There you can put in your information, and I'll start sending you a bunch more videos that's going to help you and educate you and hopefully get you out of pain, or at least reduce it to where you can start living your life like God wanted you to. please, if you have any comments or if you have some more suggestions for other people, post them below. Let me know, how I'm doing or how you're doing. And if you have any questions, please email me or post them below. I'll definitely try my best to get back to you. Again, I enjoy doing this. I hope I've served you. I hope you've learned something today. Remember, never stop learning, never stop laughing, and never stop living your life to the fullest. Thank you.